So in the previous video, we created a simple template for RND Framework. You remember that I put name my template, and the template I created is not really beautiful. It looks ugly. So I explained why it happens, because there are sub-menus. In the top menu it is ugly. Also the menus are not aligned very well, and also you see the contents are everywhere. So actually this template is really ugly. So then in this episode I'm going to explain how to build your template in a powerful way, not just an ugly template like this. So before starting doing any advanced template designing, you have to understand a little bit PHP. So if you are not a PHP developer, still you can try this example, but you will have to spend extra time to learn hooks in RND Framework. What are these hooks? So first of all, go to rndvn.com, our official website, and then under documentation you can see a section called hooks. There are more details about constants, hooks, and functions. So you have to learn about little bit constants. Constants are like they are not changing in PHP environment. So they keep stored text or some things, some numbers, or it depends on the constant, but basically they keep text and numbers. So in this example you see a PHP code. This is echo site name. So when you run this PHP code, so it will show the site name of your website. This site name actually you can set in this settings.json. In settings.json you can see site name. There are many elements here. These elements you can access through PHP using uppercase code like this. I hope if you are a PHP developer you can understand this very well. Otherwise just follow my guidelines. Don't try to force yourself to understand these constants a lot. So then you have to understand another thing. They are hooks. So there are two types of hooks in RND Framework. The first one is actions. The second one, filters. Basically action is something that you execute when the RND Framework render your page. Look at this. This time the RND engine rendering your page. So at that time you can do some actions. Also you can add some filters. It's like the filters are like when you turn on your camera, the camera can, let's say you take a selfie using your camera, it can have filters. So these filters can put different effects on your photo. Just like that, in RND Framework, when you add a filter, it adds special effects on your template. So for example, to beautify this top menu and the content body, footer, to do these stuff, you have to use these filters and these actions. Otherwise it's really difficult to create beautiful menus and beautiful content structure on your template using basic CSS. Then in this episode, I'm going to explain how to do these difficult tasks using PHP. So first of all, when you download RND Framework, there will be a template inside your templates folder. It is simple. If you can explore this simple template, inside it you can see style.css and also functions.php. In the previous episode, I told you style.css is the core file. Any template you create must have the style.css. So the style.css keeps stored your styles. They are the main styles, universal styles. Whatever CSS style you put into your style.css in the template, it will affect all pages you have in the website. For example, this menu, when I click on the menu, all pages includes this chocolate color text and the sand color body. So, and the font, it's just like this. Okay guys, let me explain what kind of miracle this functions.php can do. So before explaining, let me copy this functions.php file into my template. So once you have created functions.php inside your template, that file works as a program, like just a program related to your template. So this template file can include hooks like actions and filters that we learned through the documentation. So again, these there are a lot of actions and filters we have listed on the website. If you are a beginner, don't get confused, just watch the video. Don't force yourself. I know you can learn everything quickly, but only thing, don't mess up your memory. So I'm going to explain, just keep watching. So this functions.php you can open using your code editor. Here, wait a minute, here. So normally in the functions.php file, there are some codes, PHP codes, and also some filters. You see the filters here. So the functions, filters, and also initially configured functions are there on the top. So just try to understand the pattern in the functions.php file. So you don't have to be too logical, just only thing you have to do practices, do more practices and try to understand what it is. So I will start from the top. If you see clean header, this means this is a PHP function, it is an inbuilt function. What it will do is removing the header from your template. Actually, it is really wonderful thing. Before everything, I am going to comment down all in this PHP file. So you see, there are no more PHP codes in this PHP file because I commented everything. Now I'm going to show you step by step what will happen when we activate these functions and filters on the functions.php. Okay, buckle up. I reload my template here. Nothing happens, of course. I just put function.php to my template folder here, but actually it doesn't include any PHP commands. You see many text here, but they are commented, like they are disabled. They are not working on the when the website loads. So the first line, this one, clean header, I copy this and I put. Now this command will work when the website load. I save this function.php and look what happens. This is my header area, you see here. Keeps your eyes on. Now what you see, the header is disappeared. There's no header anymore. You see the function, this simple function, clean header means it's removing your header. Sorry, this one. It's removing your header in the website. So let me show you. I just comment down this again. Again, you see the ugly menu appears on the top. So you have to understand, play with this functions file, understand what will happen. And on the bottom you see another ugly footer. So now you must understand this clean footer function. If we put it here, it will remove the default footer here. I just saved functions.php file and I reload my website. You see now my website doesn't include any ugly header or a footer. But there's a one thing. You see this function, plain content. If you put this one also, this function, if you can read this text, it means this will remove your content. Let me show you the example. I'm saving. You see, clean header, clean content, clean footer. I use these three functions and I reload my website. Oh my god, now there's nothing. Everything is disappeared. It's an empty page. So you see what are these functions? Very important when you create a template. So you can manipulate your website template when you use this function, but actually when we create a basic template using PHP knowledge, we don't need to remove content body. Actually we keep content body. But if you are a very talented PHP programmer, you can also remove content body and play with that. But however, you will wonder, I removed the header from the website and the footer also, but any website must have a header and a footer. So you see, when I see the source code here, the content body is here, and but header and the footers are gone. Actually, when you develop if you design a beautiful template, now you should have something like very flexible and responsive menu, because nowadays many users, they will use their mobile phone to access your website. So if you cannot create responsive designs, actually it's very bad for your website and your business. This is why I told you before, you have to use some actions and filters to beautify your headers, footers, this area. In this example, you see these functions I copied from the simple template. It includes something here, a function, bind simple head items. Look at when I copy this function to my template, you see that this what it does here. This is a PHP function and the function name is bind simple head, and this here, this items, that means we send something inside this function, some text or something, and this means that function return what we send it, and also the string variable. So the string is a variable, just the dollar mark and str, this is a string, the short name of a string. So I just decided to use this short name here. It's just a variable. I create a PHP variable and store data inside that, and I return them with the items I received here. So if you're a beginner, again, this will sound like rocket science, so just don't get confused. Just try to understand this pattern and the style. You don't have to be logical. You just have to copy what I do. Just copy. Copying is the best way to learn things. So look at these codes. This is a function, and this function return some string here. So when this function, you see this function clean header like that, when somebody call this, any PHP code call this function, this string will be written. But down there you see add filter, another function. So this is a filter, it's a hook that you can learn from RND documentation, here filters. So it will explain how to create filters, but I don't spend time to teach you how to write basic filters. But one thing you have to understand, when you put a filter into your template, you have to use this add filter, and then here you decide where to put this filter. So this is page head. Page head is when you use the inspect element, you see your head. So inside this head, here you can put many elements using this filter. So what it means, this add filter will add these tags into your page head here. So I save this function.php. You see this bind simple head and the same function, right? You have to understand this pattern here. So the same function. So that means we put a hook into page head. So that hook will put these tags into head. So you save the function.php file and reload this. If you expand the head, you can see these tags. You see the meta http text UA compatible, this one, this tag here. It appeared here. So if you don't use this function, let's say I erase this function. When you reload page again, now in the head you cannot see that. So what I did use in this code is I put some meta instruction into page head. I hope you understand this pattern, what I did. So actually this meta will make our page responsive. So when somebody opens this web page using a mobile device, it will be responsive. Otherwise it won't be responsive. So then these are just simple examples. So I will go to another example. Then this one, I'm not going to explain a lot here. And there are more functions here. I will show you the interesting part here, this header. I copy this header and put it into the function.php. So this here the function is bind simple header, and you see the bind simple header. Where do we go in? Where will we put this on the page? You see simple header, and this simple header, actually you will wonder. So head, you understand what is head. This is page head, but this is page body. But you will wonder, what is this simple header? Don't think too much. This is something we define ourselves. So it's a simple header. We create this simple header, or you can rename it as my header. Look at what I do. This is just something, okay? So you can change the function name bind my header, and if you, this one should come here in the filter, because you see these guys goes together, like these guys goes together. So if you use the function simple head, it should come here, simple head, and this is where we are going to put this. And here the bind my header, it must come here, bind my header. This is where we are going to put these tags. Tags are defined here. Again, there will be something complicated and you will get confused. Don't worry, don't think too much, just follow this tutorial. So just watch. And these codes are, if you're a PHP programmer, for you this is nothing, but for a beginner I try to keep you in the flow. So these codes, they are creating a new header menu for us. Actually you see the ID, this HTML tag. So this HTML tag is creating a header, special header for us. So then we can create our own styles for this element. Then you can save this function.php, but one last thing. This my header is actually, we have to put it on the template. This template has default hooks. When you go to our documentation, you can find predefined actions and filters. So these predefined functions and filters you can directly access, like RND footer, page style, page script, these kind of things. You can direct access these hooks using your function.php. Like I access page head here directly, because the page head is a predefined function. But actually one last thing. So this one, my header, is something not predefined. Then in this example, this my header I should put somewhere to the main body. So this is why on these examples you can see something like this. Another code. Look at what this code does. Here, bind simple body. If you use this function, this should be the function, like this. And this put it into the page content. So what that do, you see there's a get filter. If you're a PHP programmer, this is easy for you, but if you're a beginner, you will get confused. But get filter and add filter, Add filter means you register a filter here. Get filter is you get this filter you have registered. So actually here I created my header. We can receive this my header using this get filter here, and I put a wrapper. You see the wrapper? Inside the wrapper I put this header, my header, and like that you can create your footer. Let me show this. There are some source code for the footer down here. You see, I copy this one and I put up there. I rename this by my footer, and there's also my footer, and this is my footer. So I register a filter here, add new filter. Filter name is my header, this one is my footer, and I again create bind my body. And if you put this here, and this one should be the same, so it should be my body, and I've put this filter into page content here, and you see this wrapper here. Inside the wrapper I call this get filter my header, and also get filter here my footer, it's here. And another, I create a section here and I put the items here. So then I save this. Now I'm going to reload my website. You see again that ugly header and footer comes with something extra. You see how the maybe it came here and how they are here. You will wonder how they came here. So let me show. So this is my header function. You see here special line. So I put a href, and this is a constant from our documentation under RND constants here. You see the app URL here? That's app URL. So the app URL returns the public address of your website, right? So I change this href as my website URL, and I put a class here. It's a logo, and the text should be my site name. Where's the site name? This is the site name. This site name comes from our settings.json here. Do more practices, then you can understand what I do here. And one thing, you see here the get filter. I get a filter. What the filter is, RND top navy something. You see this? And it's also you can find under our predefined actions and filters. You see RND top navy. This one, the list of LIs of the top primary menu. That menu comes from the JSON files, site menus, this top. I hope you understand the thing. This is a little bit complicated for a learner, beginner, but try to understand what I teach. And that means under this UL, inside this UL, unsorted list, we call and render top navigation. So you see the whole function about this bind my header function is all about this. creating the header here, and there's another function for footer. You see the footer. Also we create a section here and another unsorted list here. Here this is a get filter, but this one called RND footer navi. This footer navi is in the settings JSON. You can see this footer navigation here. So it loads footer navigation, and also you see extra text here, a paragraph, the site name, date. This is a PHP function. It shows the year and site tag and some credits here. So this everything you can see on the footer. I hope you understand what I explained. Otherwise, ask some questions on the comment, then I will create more videos and I will explain all. I want to teach you how to create a website for free. You don't have to pay anything for anyone. Just learn. It is free. Education is for free. You don't have to worry about understanding. Hard working, because RND framework is really easy, because the hard work is done by code developers. Okay, so this two function is there. Then I render the header, footer and page content to my page content. I don't need any other function. You see, I keep my functions.php very clean and simple. But now you ask the questions. My header menu is ugly, footer is ugly. How can we put styles? But now it's easy, because you can do inspect element. Look at this body. Inside body we have separated three major areas. First one is header, second one is content, third one is footer. Then we go to our CSS file easily. I shorten everything. I create a CSS style for header area. Background color. I want to put something dark there. Could be black or brown. I prefer brown. Then I save my style.css, go to my website and reload. Now what you can see, the header color is changed, and I want to align everything center. Then I put text align center. These are basic CSS. You see my logo centered, but still the menu is aligned to the left. So again, then I go to the footer, same like this. Footer, I can put again background color. I put black or blue violet. So you see, I reload the page. My footer is now blue violet, and I'm going to align text center. I reload again. You see, everything is centered here, and I want to change colors there to the Alice blue. Reload. You see the colors are changed. Now I'm going to put some padding. 15 pixel is better, I hope. So you see my footer is little bit wide, but again the menu is on the left side. So you can do the same styles to the header. Reload. You see the logo color is then here is changed. So again I'm going to inspect element. You see I have three major areas. The mid between header and footer there's a content. So I'm going to put some styles to content. Look what I do. Content. I put some padding. I'm going to put 25 pixel padding and I reload. There are padding if you can see. Otherwise, if you want to do it as a percentage, you can put 10% like this. Now you see my body here. There are more space around the content body. Now there's still the problem is the menu. Menu is ugly. So actually the menus are little bit complicated for a CSS designer. So you have to spend more time to design menus for the submenus. So this write in more CSS, these styles, and do more hard work by making menus. So I will explain how to create menus easily, but actually in this tutorial I don't have enough time to teach you all about this stuff. I'm still stuck with the menus, but you see we beautify our website a little bit. So like here you see the typographies, they are there, panels and boxes also there, nothing is changed. And let's go to images. Images are still there. You can open the images. So let's see animations. Animations are also working very well. So you see the main template, even I use this ugly template, animation are everything, they are working very well. So this is the end of the episode 2 about templates. I will come to you with more advanced tutorials in the next episode. Thanks for watching.